I thought Friday, really, if you're looking at US equities, we're only down 0.24 for NASDAQ, and it hadn't been a bad week. So a little bit of a breather, maybe a little bit of profit taking, down 0.33. Big move to the upside for gold. As far as US dollar, it came off a little bit. So, yes, we're conscious as far as, the debt ceiling and the talks going on across, the US at the moment.
Okay, of course, inflation remains the issue that the central banks are trying to deal with. What are we going to get, certainly as far as UK and US this week?
Well, we've got those data drops as far as inflation numbers, and it'd be interesting to see how they drop. If I'm looking at the Fed, we're pretty sure that core PCE, that is going to be down 0.2. That's what the forecast is, to 4.4%. From that stickiness of 4.6, 4.7 that we've had. That'll be for April, of course, and that'll be a good sign, Andrew, if that delivers. As far as the POMs are concerned, well, they've had, I think 12 rate rises in a row. The pound's under a bit of pressure at the moment. It's back at about 1.244. But the inflation story, they're expected to see it really come off a little bit, and we'll just have to wait and see how that rolls for the POMs.
Yeah, well, still sitting above 10%. Clearly, they want to see that drop precipitously, as perhaps forecast there.
Absolutely, Andrew. Yeah, all right. 10%. Wow.
How's this playing out with currencies at the moment? Let's first look at that trajectory of the US dollar that you're seeing at the moment.
Well, I thought there was a potential there last week to possibly hit that 104 handle that seemed to have a lot of momentum to the upside. And I think possibly some of those talks, there was earlier in the week, we thought that maybe McCarthy and Biden may have wrapped something up from a debt ceiling talk, but that hasn't materialized. So the dollar's come under, I think, a little bit of pressure. Back at that, around 103.2. And you've seen a little bit of move across yen as well. So that index has come back a little bit. I'm not sure how the week rolls, but it's, we're just holding on to every hour and taking advantage of opportunities.
What about the Aussie? How are you seeing that at the moment?
Flat, languishing. I think that's the word. It really has been a non-performer for the best part of about a month and a half to 2 months. It just hasn't done anything. Traders have been in so many other different crosses, and there's just been big moves, ballistic moves for the yen, and the Aussie really hasn't been a player, Andrew.
Okay, any particular data you're watching for locally this week?
I'll see how. Well, I'm looking naturally as far as NZ, what's happening there. They're tipped to have their 12th consecutive rate rise, up 25 basis points. It'll be the highest in the advanced economies to 5.5%. So I'm keeping a close eye on that, and maybe hope it doesn't wash across the pond to us. But the situation is it's a dynamic week. We're looking at the inflation data. I'm looking what's happening, of course, in Australia, and global themes, Andrew, to take on board. What's happening to try and make a dollar.
Yeah, interesting with the RBNZ. No end in sight for its tightening at this point, is there?
No, I hope we're not in 6 months' time and you're saying to me, Pete, we're now at the 18th straight. So that's we're at 12. We'll have the magic dozen. So it's at 5.5. We would like to see the economy start to slow a little bit, and those rate rises really taking impact on inflation, but they got very low unemployment numbers, I should say. So we just have to see how it all rolls, Andrew.
Pete, I know you've always got your eye on what's going on with commodities. What are you seeing in oil at the moment?
Flat. It's had a bit of we've got Brent sitting just under 76 or 71.5 for WTI. So they've been whipsawing a little bit, Andrew. We've seen movement there, which is good for traders. down and up and all that sort of stuff. Summer driving season certainly kicking off in the States. Traditionally, it's mid-May that it starts, and really by start of June, you're going to see consumption up. I'm looking at the strategic petroleum reserves that Biden is looking at filling up, and depending upon what price. I'm also keeping a close eye on gold. It's been very choppy and sitting back above 2,000 now. So, that's been a dynamic market to trade, and don't take your eye off silver as well.
Yeah, of course, a lot of that depending on the outcome of these debt ceiling negotiations. Plus, of course, we had comments from the Treasury Secretary as well, just in regards to perhaps the need for greater consolidation in the US banking system.
Yeah, I mean that's all market sentiment, and that's I think when you're looking at Main Street, that may be the attraction that we're seeing strong global buying from the retail sector as far as physical and paper, derivative form and all that sort of thing. But yes, the appetite I don't think has gone away at all, and in actual fact, I probably think it'll be increasing. You've only got to talk to the man and woman on the street, and everyone seems to be conscious of the price of gold.